Was your Tyler's back with the final Survivor Series review in 2017. I ranked this number 1 on my 2017 pay-per-view ranking list last year, so my opinion is still the same. It's still a really good Survivor Series. And honestly, I'll talk about when I get to the end anyways. November 19th, a Raw and SmackDown event. That's kind of ironic. That's Saturday will be the 5-year anniversary of this show. So yeah, at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, home of Booker T. Booker T was fucking funny on this show. He mentioned some funny shit like in the Brock Lesnar AJ Styles match. He says all Brock wants is meat. Booker T, hilarious on commentary. But Corey Graves, bleh! Byron Saxton, good grief, man. Let's get on to the main show. This is about SmackDown versus Raw for the second year in a row, and honestly, I'll talk about it when I get to it. We started with a 6-man tag team match with the Reunited Shield. This was their reunion with, by the way, it's Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, obviously. So this was 5 years ago when the Shield debuted at the exact same event. Go back to that review. They were supposed to have their first match back as a trio at TLC, but unfortunately the meningitis struck and Roman Reigns has to be replaced by Kurt Angle. It was a fun match, but yeah, Kurt Angle's first match was him being a replacement. They represent Monday Night Raw. They defeat SmackDown's The New Day of Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. You know, as bad as 2017 was, at least the last portion of it got good when AJ Styles got back to the WWE Championship. Side note on 2017, that was the same year I actually met AJ Styles when he was the WWE Championship when he had it for the first time earlier in that year. So yeah, it's up on my shelves there because my room is a lot different than it used to be. Anyways, this was a really good opening match. Honestly, this should have been an elimination match like the other 2 Survivor Series matches were, but whatever. Shield was gonna win this. This was a dream match, honestly, because 2 of the best modern day stables colliding for the first time. It was gonna be a one-time only match, but yeah. I get an 8.5. It was a great match. So yeah, I don't know why whatever. Anyways, then we get the first of 2 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. This is the women's Survivor Series match of Team Raw of Alicia Fox. Why the fuck was she the captain of this team? Sasha Banks. God, times that day changed for fucking Sasha Banks. Bailey, Asuka, who was new to the main roster, she was still undefeated at this point because of NXT and that, and Nia Jax. Seriously, fuck Sasha Banks. She's the Randy Orton of females. Yes, hate me all you fucking want to, but I don't give a shit. And fuck Bailey also. So yeah, they defeat Team SmackDown of Becky Lynch, who is the captain, Naomi, Carmella. Fuck Carmella, honestly. I'm sorry about that miscarriaging. It was just I don't want to talk about... That's not on the wrestler. That was the person who lost it, but yeah. Natalya, who... Side note before this, she lost the SmackDown Women's Championship to Charlotte, so she faces Alexa Bliss and Tamina. Yeah, I think it was the smart move to take Charlotte out of this match and have her face Alexa Bliss instead, because they wanted to do Charlotte and Asuka for WrestleMania 34, which sooner or later I'll review that show. Anyways, the order of eliminations. Now, like I mentioned before, there were 3 matches that got changed. Well, technically 4. Technically, this match, the tag team title match, the tag team champions versus the tag team champions, the world champions, and the women's championships, they got switched. So yeah. Anyways, First woman to get eliminated was Becky Lynch by Bayley. What the we even have fucking Carmella in this match. This match reminded me of Team Warren versus Team Triple H from 2004 when Benoit got eliminated first before Maven. Yes. And Bayley got eliminated immediately by Tamina. So that night, Jax was eliminated third by countout. Then Alicia Fox eliminated by Naomi by a botch 3 count. I don't know what's botch or that. And then Naomi... oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to say that to her because, yeah. She got eliminated by Sasha. And then Carmella made the biggest mistake of her life. She literally slapped Asuka twice. Should never slap Asuka in the face. And got her ass whooped by Asuka and got eliminated. So, justice served for that. Yeah. Sasha basically eliminated by Natalya, and then Asuka eliminated both Tamina and Natalya last, so Asuka was the sole survivor. It was a good showcase for Asuka for this match, and I think it was the smartest choice to switch Natalya and Charlotte for both matches. They took Charlotte out of this match to face Alexa Bliss, and they took Natalya out of the Alexa Bliss match to be in this match, so yeah. So that's a good plus to have Asuka be the sole survivor. But this was fine. I'll give it a 6, but yeah. So there's that. Anyways, then we get champion versus champion around the side. They kept doing this for a long time until last year. And now they're not doing it anymore for Brand Warfare. They're not doing Brand Warfare anymore for this year. So thank you for Triple H for that. Baron Corbin, from SmackDown, who is the United States Champion, he defeats the Raw, his Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. Honestly, I think The Miz should have stayed on SmackDown, but whatever. Baron Corbin wins. This was right after he failed his Money to Bank cash in to fucking Jinder Mahal at this point. Yes, this is one of the reasons why I hate 2017 was Jinder Mahal being WWE Champion. This match was fine. I give it a 5.5. These two don't have the best chemistry because they're both heels at this point. Anyways, then we get... I'm not going to say that's for the last 1, 2, 3 matches. Yeah. SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, defeats the Raw Tag Team Champions, The Bar of Sheamus and Cesaro. God, I actually missed them as a tag team, but whatever. The Brawling Brutes are cool, I guess. But so, by the way, SmackDown has 1 win. Raw has 2 wins so far, and the Usos won this match to make it 2-2 now. Not a good match. There were a lot of good matches on this Survivor Series card. Well, except for somewhat of the main event, but yeah. I give it a 7. I guess just give it a 7 out of 10. The finish was nice. When one of the Usos tagged the other to do a suicide dive on Cesaro. So yeah, that was cool. Anyways, like I mentioned before in the Women's Survivor Series match, Charlotte won the SmackDown Women's Championship, and now she fought Alexa Bliss here. And Charlotte defeats Alexa Bliss. Charlotte was the SmackDown Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss was the Raw Women's Championship, and it was a really good match also. I think their Extreme Rules match 4 years later was better than this match, because the reason why, because this match was built Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 6 days notice, because Charlotte beat Natalya to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. The reason why their match 4 years later at Extreme Rules was better, because they had a storyline. Because Charlotte wanted to beat insensitive Alexa Bliss. That's the reason. This was 6 days notice, so that's the major flaw in this match, but whatever. They had really good chemistry in this match, and it was a smart decision because they wanted to do Charlotte and Asuka, like I mentioned before, for WrestleMania. That'll be like November, December, January, February, March, 6 months later, so yeah. 7.5 because this was 6 days notice, so, yeah. And plus, I am a fan of both these women, so yeah, fuck you Charlotte haters. Ha. And then we get the best match on the show. Don't ask me why. Don't. But whatever. Best match on the show. Brock Lesnar, who is the Universal Champion. This was during the whole fucking Reign of Terror. Defeats the WWE Champion AJ Styles, who 2 weeks before the show, he beat Jinder Mahal to win the WWE Championship. And side note, Brock Lesnar does not want to work with Jinder Mahal, so smart move for Brock Lesnar, because he wanted to face... I think it was the best choice ever to have AJ Styles be the WWE Champion heading into the Survivor Series. And hate me all you want, AJ Styles to me was the best WWE Championship in the modern era. Yeah. Hate me all you want. You can say, oh, CM Punk. Fuck off with that. CM Punk was not the best champion. I don't... Yes, he held the belt for 434 days, but what else? Yeah, mediocre match with... Whatever. So SmackDown had 3 wins and Raw's 2, so I was like, fuck, Brock's winning this. It would have been a nice swerve to have AJ Styles win this, but nope, they want Brock to be booked strong to face Roman Reigns, which nobody wants. Those two don't have any good chemistry whatsoever. Well, there are only 2 good matches with WrestleMania 31, and this year with SummerSlam, which, side note, I did it with my brother, so maybe I'll break him back for another video, perhaps. Who knows? AJ, took some... He's not a stranger to facing big men in the ring. Remember Abyss from TNA? Yes, AJ Styles fought Abyss in TNA, so this was similar to his match, but Brock Lesnar at this point was so overweight. He only does his suplex, and when AJ fought back, he hits, the springboard 450 splash. He hits the calf crusher. He does the phenomenal forearm, but Brock Lesnar had 5 in 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I wish AJ should have won this match, but Brock was winning this. I was like, whatever. 9 out of 10. Best on the night. And yeah, and then we get the main event. And there was a stipulation if Team Raw lost, Kurt Angle would be fired as Raw general manager. So the stipulation in this match, I understand. Team Raw of Kurt Angle, Big Boy Braun, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and Triple H. Triple H was going to be on Team Raw because Triple H was always been a Raw person from the early days of the brand split. Well, besides a few periods except for a few times when he was on SmackDown, which honestly Triple H has just been on Raw the whole time, but whatever. They defeat Team SmackDown of Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, and John Cena, which John Cena was a free agent at this point, but honestly, John Cena should have just stayed on SmackDown for the rest of his career, but I understand Hollywood, but is this the worst Survivor Series match ever? No, it was better than Team Warren for his Team Triple H from 2004, which, fun fact, this match had Randy Orton and Triple H in it. So yeah, at least they were not the team captains at this point. Anyways, but the reason I did not enjoy this much because it was built around Kurt Angle and Triple H. So there's that. So the order of eliminations were Nakamura was eliminated by Big Boy Braun. And then he immediately eliminates Bobby Roode. So yeah, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, main event Survivor Series along with Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. Speaking of, he got eliminated by John Cena, and then Cena was eliminated by Kurt Angle, and then Randy Orton eliminates Finn Balor. Why? And then Randy Orton was eliminated by Big Boy Braun. And of course, we all fucking knew this was going to happen. Triple H pedigree Kurt Angle, and Shane McMahon pinned Kurt Angle, so he's eliminated. And then Triple H took the spotlight and last eliminated Shane McMahon. So Triple H and Big Boy Braun were the survivors. I give it a 6.5. Yes, I'm ranking it higher than people thought it was. This was not bad, in my opinion, because of the stipulation of Kurt Angle's job being on the line. That's number 1. Number 2, the build towards Triple H and Kurt Angle for WrestleMania. And I thought after the match, because Braun beat Running Power Slam Triple H, and I thought this was going to lead to Kurt Angle and Big Boy Braun versus Samoa Joe and Triple H, I thought. Because, goddamn, we could have seen a true dream match between Samoa Joe and John Cena, but no. Triple H needs to bring Samoa Joe back from AEW, honestly. But no, we did not get... I thought that was going to be the main or one of the matches for WrestleMania. My apologies, but no, Samoa Joe got injured at the beginning of 2018, and they bring in fucking Horseface. They did a fucking mixed tag match that was overrated, whatever. I digress. So yeah. Sorry about that little rant there, but whatever. Great show, honestly. It was the best of 2017, the best period of 2017 because yeah. 8 out of 10, I give it. This was a great show. Other than, the 2 Survivor Series matches, which are okay, and Corbin and The Miz. The rest were good, honestly. So there's that. I'll do my ECW Hard Anarchy Rules. Jesus Christ, it's getting late. I'm sorry. My ECW Anarchy Rules review, the game that is. And I'll do my best and worst of Survivor Series. It's going to be a long video of the best Survivor Series matches and overall pay-per-views, along with the best, vice versa. So there's that. So yeah, like this video, comment down below. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. And side note, I forgot to mention, this should have been the only time. They should stop doing the Brand Warrior thing after this show, because they did it for the next 4 more years. Oh my god, 2018 was so fucking horrible with Raw burying SmackDown and that the triple warfare for some fucking reason. And then the whole pandemic shit happened. They call it Best of the Best, which, by the way, on my description of the best period endings list for WWE, the description says Best of the Best. So WWE stole my idea. And then last year, where Raw buried SmackDown again, except for the main event, but whatever. At least they had Becky and Charlotte on that show, so that was the only positive on that show, but side note. Anyways, like this video, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and third, I'll do my best and the worst of Survivor Series. Bye.